DIY building our house on the back of a 1988 Unimog, showing you everything that we do. What could go wrong, right? The goal is simple: build our dream house doing as much of it ourselves as we can, meet some awesome people on the way, and have a lifetime full of adventures. So join us for it. It's going to be out the gate.
Kia ora team, welcome back to Out the Gates DIY truck build. Today Louis is taking you from creating the kitchen joinery all the way through to building it, installing it, so it's ready to paint in a couple of weeks. If this sounds like a bit of you, then make sure to watch along.
Jesus, don't flick it. You just went like this and flicked it.
I flicked it into the tray though.
No you didn't.
It's just on the ground. So why are we doing this, Louis? What are we doing?
It's untreated, so we're sealing it so that no moss or mold or anything will grow on it.
Right.
It's non-treated, so
Non-treated wood.
just sealing it from the elements, especially because it's in the kitchen. It's going to be exposed to moisture.
We do not want it to be exposed.
Well, it's still going to be exposed to moisture. We don't want it to absorb
In
moisture.
the elements.
So we are applying water-based satin varnish to all the wooden areas in the kitchen, like Louis said, just to avoid any water being exposed to the wood so it doesn't mould. Once we've done that, Louis can then install all of the cabinetry. In this episode, Louis really takes control of the camera, so if you love him explaining things in depth, then this is the episode for you. Let's see what Louis has to say.
Alright, so just drilling a hole through the toe kick space. The sink is actually on the far side, but I'm going to drop the waste down and then it will come through into this cabinet and behind the oven and then go out through the floor. I just have to try and keep them as close to the back as possible because I'm going to be having some pull-out drawers here. So I'm just trying to keep the drawers to be able to be as big as we possibly can. So I'm just drilling a hole through the bottom, a little bit fiddly because you've got to get through the steel in the floor and then the steel in the tray. So you just got to go out and make sure that you got a clear run through. But yeah, this one's going through pretty nicely, and we'll drill it and we'll find out if it works. As you can see, the space in between the frame rails is pretty small, but we've managed to sneak it through. I just drilled a 44mm hole for a 40mm waste pipe. So that's good. Just came out beside the gas that goes into the box here, and then we will run the waste down here and then back that way towards the wastewater tank. This is the oven. As you can see, there is the wastewater hole that we've got for our drain for our sink. And then we've got our water pipes coming up here. They're going to go through the side here with the waste and then go to our tap and our drain. So the only thing I have to do still on this one is I have to line it with fibre cement as per the specs for the oven. You might have wondered what this little hole is for. It's just got it's our service sort of void. We've got our cable conduits there that run over to the main box on the other side, and then we've got pantry, drawer wire, we've just got a few others, yeah, and then we've got our fridge power, our water comes all through there, and yeah, so it's all just in one sort of nice place. We'll be able to get to anything if we need to add anything in later, and then the panel just drops on top there. Drop on top there, so yeah, nice and easy to get to. Get in there, just pop her open, and yeah, pretty handy.
It was a beautiful day the next day, and it was time for Louis to do some cutting.
Just checking the saw is square, it's all good to go.
The track saw squared and ready to go. He's cutting all the wood ready for our drawers and our cabinet doors. I do have to apologise, as I'm filming this I do have a bit of a cold and a cough, so my voice is sounding extra husky and croaky at the moment. Is it a pleasant change? Maybe yes to the naggy New Zealand accent I usually have. Unfortunately I've still got the New Zealand accent, but maybe it's just a little bit less on the high pitched side. As well as the track saw, Louis has the ability to use his table saw, and he just makes sure that he's extra careful when using this because it's got quite the kickback. On a side note as well, Louis has decided to use the 18mm lightweight ply for our kitchen joinery. I like to do one fun fact each video when you guys are just sitting watching Louis do his thing. So today's fun fact is that Louis has never lived anywhere else but Christchurch. So we have moved to Whangārei now and it's all new for Louis. So if you've got any cool spots that I can show him, make sure you put them down in the comments. To add to Louis' saw collection, he's also got the drop saw that he can use, which again makes his life so much easier. Once all the pieces are cut, it's time for Louis to get sanding. Once the sanding is complete, it's time for Louis to assemble the drawers.
Alrighty, I've just moved inside, just doing some of the joinery for here. Got 3 cupboards here, got one here that's going to pull out, it's going to have the induction hob in there, and then this here is going to be drawers. So just building the carcasses for the drawer slide out there. We've got these ones here, they're soft close and they should be pretty good. We're just going to put some heavy duty latches on them so they actually stay shut. So we've got this different glue, haven't used it before, I actually bought the wrong one, so I'm sure it'll be okay. So I always glue them just to not rely just on the screws. To be fair, I should have pre-drilled it beforehand, but you can't win them all. Really line the front up. Just going to do it pick one, make perfect. Sink one in just to hold it. Once I've got this held, I'll go through and blast a few more. So I checked all of the bases for square, so I know that they're all going to be square, so I just need to square up the sides with it and they're going to be pretty much perfect. So you've got to get them pretty close for your runners to operate. Right. Thankfully, it's not the first time I've done it. Just building stuff for customers over the years, you get a bit of experience, which is pretty lucky. I'm actually not sure what this glue is. It's a soja one, which they make pretty good adhesives. But I thought it was just PVA, but I don't think it is. Give it a Google anyway, it'll probably speak. Alright, there you have it. Number 1. I'll make the other 3 and then we will fit the runners. Pretty cool tool. Just countersinks and drills. You can see in there, it's got like a countersink bit. Now I could use a pocket jig for these little cupboards, but mine went missing on the move, so we're just going to be screwing through the face of the ply and just going to pre-drill it so it doesn't split up. And then it's all glued anyway, so it's all good.
doors all assembled, let's see what Louis is going to be doing next.
Just fitting the runners now. I had already pre-marked the sides of the cupboards before I started anything. It makes it pretty easy. So I pretty much allowed for the runners to sit 36mm above the one previous. It makes it pretty easy. You just sit it on it, make sure your lines all line up, and then you can set some screws in. So I'm trying to find that on the hole. So you just set the runner back at a couple of mil, maybe 1 or 2 mil from the front edge. That's what I do anyway. And then it's already pre-marked, so find your mark. And then check that you're still in the place you are. Next one back. All rolling nicely. So I marked the front, it's like the nicer edge. You grab, I've set my combination square with the offset from the drawer down to the centre of the runner. So they'll give me my correct measurement for the inside runner on this one. So it lines up nicely, has the same gap, or the desired gap rather. Nice line. The whole way along, so that way I can just sit my runner on top and I know that my line's going to be in the exact right place. You can see there through the middle we've got our line. What we'll do, just move this back just a fraction. So I like to do these ones by hand. These drawer runners here, they're soft close, so Kyla will get a bit of the luxury that she likes. But then we're going to do something a little bit different for our latches. We're going to have some nice looking brushed copper or whatever thing she liked was. But then also we're going to have some electromagnet latches, so that when we go off-road we can just click a button and it will hold them all shut. And they won't go pinging open, because one thing we all know about camper vans and caravans is the drawers, fridges, etc. love to just fly open. So sort of thinking, what is a fix we can do? I haven't seen anyone do it yet, but definitely someone would have. So I thought, well, what can we do? Put some electromagnets on there. I don't think they're that cheap. I mean, that expensive. You can just get like, I think they come in 60, 120, maybe 180 kilo, but I can't imagine they need to be any more than 60 for a drawer. I think they're on AliExpress, I think they're at 10 bucks or something, but I'll see if I can find some locally, so I'm not waiting. But yeah, that's why I've also left the front of these quite high. I know I'm going to have to trim them down for those electromagnets. But yeah, that shouldn't be any stress, and I'll just put one across to hold the bolt all in place. And this one just requires a little bit of adjustment. Got the cupboard doors cut out, so I'm just going to mark those. Back in the day when I used to do these all the time, I had mine rejig, but this rejig was just at Bunnings. Just got all the marks that you need on it, so you can cut this circle out for that part of the hinge there. Cut it out with, it falls in a bit, so it doesn't, as you can see, sort of drills quite flat. So it's only going to take all the material out instead of like a normal a normal drill bit like that, which takes out like the middle first. So this one sort of takes material all along these cutting edges here. This is the first one drilled. So as you can see there, those two holes line up and it locks in place like that. We just put a couple of screws in there and it's all good to go. It's on. I always start with the smaller screws and then I'll put the big ones in later. You can actually get a metal plate on there and then you can attach it to the metal plate, which because these can rip out sometimes because they're not super strong, so you can always glue that metal plate on and then pop rivet to it, and you can always just keep attaching it to it instead of just ripping timber out all the time. So maybe that will happen, we'll see. But yeah, it works. First test fit. Happy with that. Let's mount the second one. It was like first attempt, no test. Oh yeah, pretty good. Not bad at all. I ordered 2 of these, but only one showed up. But basically, just how that pantry. So we have another one down there. Get a cupboard front on it the whole way up. So just a handle there, you just pull it out. It's nice. All the food will go there. Alrighty, just building the or finishing off the oven enclosure. So it's got some hardies here. It's just 4.5mm hardies. They're going to line the inside of the box with, as per the specs for the oven. Just it's a non-combustible material, so put that up against your wire, and then the oven goes up to about here. I'm just not gluing it because I may need to get it out again to service some things, so just screwing in place at this point. So this here is the oven surround panel. So I've put some holes in it for the ventilation for the top and bottom, and it's just going to go around. As you can see there, doesn't look too bad at all. Alrighty, kitchen joinery is at the pre-paint stage now. We've got it all in, just slight adjustments to be made, a little bit of filler, some sanding, and it's good to go. 3 cupboards there, 3 drawers. We've got 1 drawer up above here that's going to have the induction. We've got our oven surround, just our normal cupboards. They're all soft closed, they're all operating well. Yeah, it's all ready to go pretty much. Just got the toe kicks in the bottom to go. And yeah, got a couple of doors to make. That one down there. And I might get started on this top one.
It's a wrap for our lower kitchen cabinetry. On the next episode, Louie's bending wood for our upper cabinetry, and we're adding storage behind our seats. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram out the gate. Thanks for watching. Ask any questions. Bye!